Follow the tracks as the light that refracts. It's Rhyme and Reason 888.
Here's your rhyme and reason. Oh, yeah.
Hey there, Tony here. I'm not trying to railroad you or anything, but let's talk about a train for a second, okay? Maybe more than a second. A train can't make turns at the next intersection the way your car or pickup can. I think we can agree on that, right? Because they have to follow the tracks. But even trains can go just about anywhere because there isn't just one set of tracks, right? But they don't get to follow the tracks in more than one direction at a time, and there has to be a way that they do it. Not only would that going in two different directions at one time be impossible, it would be kind of a misguided, silly, maybe stupid idea to even try. So what does this have to do with anything in your life? Well, maybe nothing. Maybe nothing at all. In fact, I know most of the people who read what I write or listen to what I say on my podcast, they don't have an issue with trying to follow multiple tracks in life. But you might not be one of those people. And you might be someone who, like Mary McGregor saying back in 1976, maybe you're torn between two lovers. One of them, maybe, is you. And the other is the higher power, and I put air quotes around that, the higher power that you sense is, again, air quotes, somewhere out there. Somewhere out there. No. Anyway, now all this fuzzy philosophical stuff came up in my brain when I looked at a picture someone shared on social media. It's an account filled with amazing photography and art. It's beautiful colors, amazing settings. It's just plain fun to see so many of the pictures. And one of the pictures was of what appeared to be lightning on some railroad tracks. And in my fat-headed poet brain, the image represented the journey you and I take in this life. So many people want to know the meaning of life, but way too many of them believe it can be discovered if you just follow your heart. There's those darn air quotes again. Follow your heart. Then before they know it, in a flash, it's over. This life is over. Now, if you're still young, that's not going to have nearly the impact on you that it does on people who've lived several decades. But it's so true anyway. And when you consider how long eternity will be, you could say time without end, your time here on earth will eventually seem faster than the time it takes lightning to strike. That perspective can happen eventually. So my recommendation is not to be torn between two lovers, but to pick a lover. But I highly recommend, again, I'm always recommending you check into the so-called higher power option. Okay, because there most definitely is a higher power. And that higher power is He who created you. He has the most famous name ever. And sadly, way too many people are uncomfortable with even the mention of that name. But you're only here because Jesus made it possible for you to be alive. And He made it possible for you to have the option of eternal life. There is a sort of a catch. He is the only way to that eternal life. You might say He laid the tracks, and it's up to you to choose to follow those tracks. In fact, I did. I just said that.
I run through undiscovered countries. I feel the earth beneath my feet. I dance around an open campfire. I know that life is short and sweet. I'm part of an elite, 'cause I don't have to eat. I don't have to. I sneak aboard a quiet starship. I float in levity.
So, will you do that? Or you're going to just be another flash of lightning on the tracks? You know, like lightning on the tracks and dancing in the sky, electrical collusion, and the quest for knowing why we are here. Parallel begins the journey to one place, away from Earth's delusion and straight into God's grace with no fear. I hope you'll do that. I hope you'll take my recommendation if you haven't already. There's only one way, and that's not you, it's not me. It's only one way. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go to TonyFunderburk.com if you haven't already, and jump on the Rhyme and Reason bandwagon. Right there, you just put in your email address, confirm that you have done this, and you realize that you've done this, and it hasn't been some silly, goofy mistake you made. And I will send you stuff to your inbox. You won't have to go looking for the really refreshing rhymes and reasons. They'll come right to you. And subscribers to my email list get things that even my podcast listeners don't get from time to time. All right, that does it for me. And as always, remember, life has rhyme and reason because God made you.
There's a rhyme and